Good morning, my name is Eddie from the Daily Informer, here to give you unbiased news updates on what's happening around the world. We begin today with updates on international relations, treaty agreements, and ongoing security developments around the world. In diplomatic developments, the Prime Minister of Pakistan postponed a scheduled visit to Switzerland. This decision followed the remote signing of a Memorandum of Understanding between Iran and the United States. The Prime Minister of Pakistan stated that the agreement takes effect immediately, which reopens the Strait of Hormuz and ends the naval blockade on ports. In Washington, D.C., the United States Presidential Executive Office delivered the text of the agreement details to the United States Congress. The United States Vice President and the United States Central Command confirmed that the naval blockade on Iranian ports and coastal areas has ended to allow ships passage. Following the announcement, ship tracking data showed 3 oil supertankers from Saudi Arabia transiting through the Strait of Hormuz. Meanwhile, officials in Iran announced that the country will begin charging fees for passage through the strait after 60 days. Turning to developments in Europe, a drone strike occurred in Moscow, Russia, which targeted a refinery and damaged several residential buildings. Following the event, the president of Ukraine issued a statement regarding potential future actions. In response, the foreign minister of Russia announced that the armed forces will implement regular strikes from now on. Next, let's take a look at the latest updates from the world of commerce and finance. In consumer developments, the American Automobile Association reported that gas prices in the United States dropped to $3.99 per gallon. This represents the first time prices dropped below $4 since March. Meanwhile, tracking changes in international travel, the government of the United Kingdom updated its stance by lifting travel advisories for several destinations, including Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, and the Riyadh and eastern provinces of Saudi Arabia. Now, let's move on to stories concerning public health initiatives and environmental tracking. In quarantine updates, health officials in Omaha, Nebraska reported that 2 individuals exited the National Quarantine Unit at the University of Nebraska Medical Center, leaving 6 people remaining under observation following a previous cruise ship outbreak. In environmental updates, researchers tracking wildlife populations on Heard Island and McDonald Islands reported a detection of avian influenza, which impacted local bird and penguin populations. And in England, scientists confirmed that a tree estimated to be 1,000 years old has died in Sherwood Forest, Nottinghamshire, following periods of dry summers over the last decade. Moving over to regular updates regarding government leadership and policy decisions. In the United Kingdom, a by-election took place in Makerfield, where a former mayor of Greater Manchester secured election to the House of Commons. In Central Asia, the president of Kyrgyzstan signed an official order to remove the mayor of Manas, located in the Jalalabad region, from office. In Africa, the National Assembly of Zimbabwe voted to pass legislation that extends the length of presidential terms from 5 years to 7 years and shifts the selection of future presidents to the parliament. Meanwhile, the National Nutrition Agency of Indonesia announced a policy update, suspending its food assistance initiative during public holidays to manage spending goals. Finally, let's look at recent updates and milestones from international sports. At the World Cup, the men's national team of Canada secured a victory by a score of 6-0 against Qatar. Thanks for joining us today. Remember, stay informed, but don't let fear do your thinking for you.